has never been a fan of taking out the trash late at night. But sometimes, there's just no avoiding it.
No good.
Oh well. Now what do we have here? A dog! And a very cute one at that. Welcome back everyone to the Wiyoh Falls series. That's right, I've merged all 4 series. Architecture, character, props, and nature, since everything we're building now lives in one place. Wiyoh Falls. Alright, let's dive into the main attraction. Colbert. Who's Colbert, you ask? Well, he's an absolute sweetheart. A tiny little Scott Terrier with a ton of personality packed into such a small body. I wanted Hank to have a friend. Someone other than Edna. And so one night, as you just saw, he found a dog rummaging through the trash in his backyard. From that moment on, it was instant love. Legend has it that Hank didn't overthink this. He looked at him and said, "You look like a Colbert." And that was it. So, he will be the first animal in town, but definitely not the last. I'm planning to add birds and wildlife too. I want Wiyoh Falls to feel alive, so he's kind of a litmus test for what's coming next. At first, I wasn't sure what breed would fit Hank. I was picturing something more like a Rottweiler. Maybe the kind of dog you'd find chained up in a decrepit backyard, surrounded by old car carcasses and junk. But Hank, even though he's an old school gas station clerk, is actually a lot nicer than that. But then, while searching for references, I stumbled upon a screenshot. An old souvenir. Little dogs I hadn't seen in years. That's right, the little dogs from Zelda, Majora's Mask. Aren't they cute? That's exactly the look I wanted to achieve. So, geometry-wise, I kept things relatively simple. With my trusty mirror modifier turned on, I started by blocking out the overall shape, then added the smaller details later on, like the little patches of fur on the edges you see right now. He ended up with a 522 triangle count. By the way, my incredible peeps, I hope you had great holidays, and I wish you nothing less than the best year of your lives. There are a lot of changes coming in my life for the next few months, and on top of that, I got a lot of crazy plans for the channel, so stay tuned. Alright, back to Colbert. This is pretty much the final topology I ended up with for him. Then I moved on to texturing the little guy. I kept it simple and left some room to add things later on. Maybe a collar with his name on it, who knows. Then I threw in some dirt on his paws and a few other carefully chosen spots. Paws. And then, time to rig little Colbert. This turned out to be a bit more complicated than I first thought. You see, with Hank, Edna, and any other human bipeds, I usually separate the limbs, PS1 style. But he's so small, I wanted him to be a single part, which meant I had no choice but to weight paint him. In the end, after a bit of struggle, it turned out great. Just look at this beautiful creature! Oh. With the main attraction done, I decided to take some time to add a bit of dressing around the gas station. I fenced off the sides, giving Hank a neat little backyard to keep the trash in between pickups. The fun part was taking out a few planks and making them a little loose. It's always nice to add small details like that. I made the main gate out of metal. Rusty metal. I pretty much followed the same process with the doors, adding support beams and then the loose parts. It might sound ridiculous, but all these little details really show that Hank is a no-nonsense man. You can see how run down everything is, old and uncared for, just like him. Sorry, Hank, my boy. I found a solid wooden plank texture, and it actually worked really well. Once the remapping was done, it was basically ready. The only thing left was one small but very important detail. I created a lock mechanism and rigged it so the door could move. In the end, I gave the gate 3 bones, one for each door and one for the lock mechanism. And here it is in action, inside Unreal Engine. Creepy. Okay, so what's the point of having a place to store trash if you don't have any? Let's add a dumpster and some trash bags here. I added a bed of trash inside, just in case I needed to open the dumpster in the scene. I then created the sidebars here, so the dump truck will be able to lift the dumpster. Oh, this music is so relaxing, my incredible peeps. Perfect. Once I was happy with the mesh, I moved on to the texturing phase. It really just comes down to hunting for reference images on Google, copying and pasting them into Photoshop, making sure not to use anything copyrighted, and heavily modifying everything. Here I'm using the magic eraser tool to make the faces of the dumpster as generic as possible. The rest is basically just details. Adding little stickers and signs is probably one of the nicest parts. I think that's enough for now. After that, I created a unique garbage bag. Hank can carry it, or I can place it on the ground, or in an open dumpster, for example. A simple trash bag picture did the job here. I then created a variation of the dumpster. I bent the plastic lid and added some trash bags, making it look full. And a third variation, this time with one of the lids fully open. After that, I modeled a pile of trash to help soften corners and add details to otherwise dead space. I simply reused the trash texture from the dumpster's interior. No need to take up more space on the UV sheet. Lastly, I made an outdoor trash can, the kind you usually see in McDonald's parking lots. What I love about low poly is that it makes you constantly ask, does this vertex really add anything to the shape? I think it's a great way to learn what actually matters for clean, optimized topology. At that point, I figured that it was enough trash for one video. And there you have it, my incredible peeps. All the garbage quietly resting in Hank's backyard until the next pickup. I also scattered a few trash cans around the parking lot. Moving on, I tackled a classic feature of any gas station, the ice vending machine. Really, this prop had to be done if I want to model a full gas station environment. I kept the topology very simple, as usual, and took screenshots from a vending machine ad I saw online. I absolutely love how it turned out, as you'll soon see. By the way, my incredible peeps, I know it might look like I'm not using all of my UV sheets, but I actually organized them by theme. For example, all the garbage from earlier, outdoor utility props, and some others share a single sheet. I fill them as I go, which is why they can look empty at first. Here I added some wear and tear using an alpha overlay. Next, I made a wall-mounted AC unit. Props like this are super reusable and instantly dress up any building with a bare facade. This kind of mesh is very simple, so the real secret lies in the texture. I played around with the hue and saturation, giving it a slightly yellowish tone. It helps make it look older and more worn. Just like with the ice vending machine, a dirt alpha overlay does the trick. Next, I moved on to what's probably my favorite model in the whole video. After Colbert, of course. It's a series of lawn chairs, and they turned out incredibly cute, I must admit. I often gather the dimensions of the prop I'm modeling and use a bounding box to get the proportions right. It really helps. In this case though, it looked awful at first. I had to rescale it a bit bigger than expected. By the way, my incredible peeps, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future time lapses and tutorials. And if you want to support the channel and help me keep creating, check out my Patreon. The link's in the description. I can't thank you enough though. You could be doing anything in the world, and yet you chose to stick around and listen to me ramble. I'm truly grateful. So, the texture took a while to make since the fabric pattern was very intricate. But with a little alpha transparency and some patience, I figured it out. I then created 5 colorful variations, and they all look fantastic. To top it all off, I modeled a weather vane to add a bit more character to the angler's hook. They look so good! And the other props too in context. And now it's time for a propane tank. This propane tank might look safe, but with Hank being Hank, extremely clumsy that is, it's basically a ticking time bomb. Don't worry, nothing exploded. Yet. Here I'm reusing the outdoor utility prop UV sheet for the propane tank. This is exactly what I meant when I said I organize my textures by theme. Then I added the usual stickers you'd find on this kind of asset. No smoking signs, explosive hazard warnings, and all sorts of other caution labels. Now it's time to model a true video game staple, a metal barrel. Not the explosive kind like the propane tank, mind you. I wanted to give Hank a chance not to blow up the entire lot. Turned out pretty great, I think. I also modeled a reusable gutter, which I decided to put in every corner of the angler's hook. All those props were a lot of work, but I really think they add a lot of character to the place. It has a certain charm, you know. I added some signs to break up the beige and brown monotony of the building. And the final prop for today is a really cool one, a typical 1990s antenna. Again, very simple, but it adds so much to the roof, just like the weather vane. I also added some electrical wires. And there you have it, folks. But one question remains. What about Colbert? What is Hank gonna do about it? Let's see. Looks like Hank's not the only one crazy about Colbert. Edna is too. I'm sure this is the start of a great friendship between the three of them. So that's it for this episode, ladies and gents. Thank you so much for all the support. It honestly means more than you know. So take care, and I'll see you in the next one.